Hello and welcome to day number 87. My name is Mary and today's story is called Samson's Capture. After this, Samson went to live in a hollow place in a split rock called the Rock of Etam. Etam. The Philistines came in a great army and overran the fields of Judah. "Why do you come against us?" asked the men of Judah. "What do you want from us?" "We have come," they said, "to bind Samson and to deal with him as he has dealt with our people." The men of Judah said to Samson, "Don't you know the Philistines are our ruler? Why do you make them angry by killing their people? We suffer because of you. Now we must bind you and give you to the Philistines, or they will ruin us all." Samson said, "I will let you bind me if you promise not to kill me yourselves, but only give me to the Philistines." They made the promise, and Samson gave himself up to them. The Philistines shouted for joy as they saw their enemy brought to them by his own people. Little did they know what was to happen. For as soon as Samson came to them, he broke the bonds as though they were little strings, picked up the jawbone of an ass, and struck out with it. He killed almost 1,000 of the Philistines with his strange weapon. After this, Samson saw another Philistine woman and fell in love with her. The name of this woman was Delilah. The rulers of the Philistines came to Delilah and said to her, "Find out what makes Samson so strong, and tell us if you help us get control of him. We will give you a great sum of money." So Delilah caucused and pleaded with Samson to tell her what made him so strong. Samson said to her, "If they tie me with 7 green twigs from a tree, then I will not be strong anymore." And I'll show you a picture of Delilah pleading with Samson. Right here. And he has a long hair. They brought her 7 green twigs, and she bound Samson with them while he was asleep. Then she called out to him, "Wake up, Samson, the Philistines are coming for us." Samson rose up, broke the twigs easily, and escaped. Delilah tried again to find his secret. She said, "You are only making fun of me. Now tell me how you can be bound." Samson said, "Let them bind me with new ropes that have never been used before, and then I cannot get away." While Samson was asleep again, Delilah bound him with new ropes. Then she called out as before, "Get up, Samson, the Philistines are coming." And when Samson rose up, the ropes broke as if they were thread. Again, Delilah urged him to tell her, and he said, "You notice that my long hair is in 7 locks? Wave it together in the loom just as if it were the threads in a piece of cloth." Then, while he was asleep, she wove his hair in the loom and fastened it with a large pin to the frame. But when he awake, he got up and carried away the pin and the beam of the waving frame, for he was as strong as before. Now Delilah said, "Why do you tell me that you love me? You deceive me and keep from me your secret." And she pleaded with him day after day, until at last he yielded to her and told her the real secret of his strength. He said, "I am a Nazarite, under a vow to the Lord, not to drink wine and not to allow my hair to be cut. If I should let my hair be cut short, then the Lord would forsake me, and my strength would go from me, and I would be like another man." Delilah knew she had found the truth at last. She went for the rulers of the Philistines, saying, "Come up now, and you will have your enemy. I am sure he has told me all that is in his heart." Then, while the Philistines watched outside, Delilah let Samson go to sleep with his head on her knees. While he was sound asleep, they took a razor and shaved off all his hair. Then she called, "Rise up, Samson. The Philistines are after you." He awake and got up, expecting to find himself as strong as before, for he did not know his long hair had been cut off, but he had broken his vow to the Lord, and the Lord had left him. He was now as weak as other men and helpless in the hands of his enemies. The Philistines easily made him their prisoner, so he might never do them harm. They put out his eyes. Then they chained him and sent him to prison at Gaza. In the prison, they made Samson turn a heavy millstone to grind grain, just as though he were an animal. And that was the word of the Lord. Now I will share with you the discussion questions. Number 1. Why were the Philistines angry at Samson? Why? Why did Samson tell the men of Judah to give him to the Philistines? So that was all number 1. I'll say it again. Number 1. Why were the Philistines angry at Samson? The second part of it, why did Samson tell the men of Judah to give him to the Philistines? Number 2, what kind of weapon did Samson use against his enemies? Number 2, what kind of weapon did Samson use against his enemies? Number 3, why did Delilah want to know the secret of Samson's strength? Why did Delilah want to know the secret of Samson's strength? Number 5 and last, do you think she was a very good wife? Do you think she was a very good wife? And that was the end of our story today. Thank you for attending and listening. May God bless us all. Bye for now.